Welcome again to some 0K action. It's going to be a team game on the Blue Bend map. It's got the top right team versus the bottom left team. Interesting team positioning, but there you go, we'll see how that works out. So we'll just skip the pre-game chatter. At the bottom left we've got more Steam messages coming in, but anyway, we've got Granate Boy, whatever, doing something. He's going to be playing as heavy tanks. Marhair playing as something. We've got Pino going with light vehicles, Tom Smart going with light vehicles as well, I believe. Yeah, light vehicles as well. And we got gunships by Urban Knight. That's the top right team. Actually, oh there we go, we got jump jets by Marhair. See how that works out. In the top right team we got Yogzotov, interesting name, playing as planes, or starting with planes anyway. Myself, Lightman, starting with light vehicles. Ad Hoc 60 starting with shield bots, and Nikyu, damn that font. Anyway, Nikyu I think playing as Cloaky bots, getting an early defender, not really being able to... Actually I suppose it can cover the initial structures, but still. In any case, he's going to be playing as Cloaky bots, and Black Warrior has not decided on what to build just yet. Oh, what the hell, see what happens, my... do have a couple of scouts coming in, yeah, a couple of darts. Cheap as anything, but they die also pretty quickly as well. Although if you can get them behind these mixers, they can take them out relatively quickly. It's just when they run into anything, basically, you indeed have to find out how to actually get that working. But anyway, it's just that when they actually encounter, well, pretty much anything, that's when they die pretty freaking easily. In the case, so yeah, just got a couple of darts, one just hanging around it seems. And there we go, I'm going to be building up. I probably should get another builder unit out, or at least a couple more offensive units, but in either case I'm going to get... So I've got a quick defender just for light defense, and a raider tower just to spot as well. Also got a quick scorcher coming in from Pino. I'm pretty sure that Yogzotov's commander should be able to deal with him just fine. It's just got a E-cell. What do I have? Ah, that's right, I got the commando. So it's going to be a recon commander, and... well, we'll just have to find out what he's going to be upgraded into. In case at the moment, got him upgraded with beam laser and energy cell, master of choice. Opponent is... oh no, that's actually Yogzotov's aircraft flying around. In any case, there we go, finally starting to go with Scorchers, and on repeat builds, so just going to be going for Scorchers a bit of a while. And here we go, finally got to have a bit more combat happening here. Scorcher's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass against these defenders, but defenders, yeah, we'll be able to take out one of them in return, given the... yeah, that was definitely cost effective. Oh, that was an interesting tactic actually. Actually digging in the mech spots like that before putting in the metal extractor. Didn't even occur to me to do that. The only problem is that it costs resources to do that, and if a unit can get close enough then it can sort of like shoot down into the pit anyway, so... unless if it's incredibly deep, but well. What can you do? All I know is that Pino is continuing to skirt around and going after Yogzotov, so I believe Pino is well aware Yogzotov is only going as aircraft, and one thing I definitely should be doing is I probably should be building another radar just so I can see any other units trying to sneak in, because these Scorchers are basically going to come in completely undetected, and Yogzotov, well, no, I don't think he can. Well, actually, he might be able to fend off the attack with just his commander, since he does have the crane coming in to repair him. In fact, actually, Shadow might help as well once it gets rearmed. Well, there goes the crane actually, so let's see how this commander fares against the Scorchers. Okay, probably not too well. In fact, the Scorchers should be trying to dive in on him. Okay, we got one bomb being dropped down, one Scorcher gets taken out, the second one getting taken out, presumably by the commander. Unfortunately, the commander for Yogzotov does go down. So very unfortunate indeed, but I am slowly but surely expanding with defences. Okay, just a couple of defenders just to cover the far flanks against, just a couple of... indeed, just a couple of, half-assed raiders, I suppose. And we also got an Assault Raider battle here. I did manage to take out one of Pino's metal extractors, so sort of payback for... and a Mason too, actually, so sort of payback for what he did to my ally, but yeah, I could have done that a bit better. I still... oh, there we go, finally I'm going to be building a freaking radar thing in a bit of a strange spot actually. Probably should have built it... well, what the hell. It'll still be able to spot, but probably not quite as cost effectively as if I'd maybe built it around here or something. But in any case, it will cover anything trying to sneak in at the very least. And we do have more expansions coming in. We've got more of course, the battle for the bottom right continues, which is not too surprising given how close these players are. It's rather interesting to see heavy tanks versus cloaky bots and heavy tanks. Rather interesting mix there. Unfortunately, the Banshee's coming in, and we don't seem to have any anti-air. I know we do have a couple of defenders, but that's going to be enough to ward them away. So I suppose it's better than nothing. We've even got a couple of rapiers, bizarrely enough. A couple of rapiers coming in to, well, I suppose just act as those multi-role gunships. So that would be the, yep, multi-role AA gunships. Nice homing missiles, kind of crappy versus everything, but they can hit air, so there you go. And these Rocos basically cannot hit them at all. In fact, we should hopefully see some anti-air coming in. We do have static defense being built up by Nick here, but some mobile anti-air defense will definitely be needed. These Panthers could have a bit of repair actually, but in any case, the lines seem to be relatively stable, but we do have bombardment of artillery by both teams at the bottom right. At the same time, as for myself, yep, I'm going to be lining up all my Scorchers very nicely indeed. It looks like got a nice little line being established by Puno, and here we go, they're going to be engaging each other a bit here and there. Nothing really too drastic, although I think I took a bit more damage in that encounter than Puno did, but nothing too drastic. Like I said, what is getting a bit drastic is the fact that we don't have too much anti-air here, but with the introduction of the Razor's Kiss and the Copperhead Flak Tank, which, wow, that thing's kind of maneuverable actually, or at least it seems to wobble around quite a bit. But anyway, yeah, with the introduction of that should be enough against whatever aircraft they have to send up against us. A couple of Pyros being used by Marhair, but unfortunately they do get stun-locked by the Panthers, so it kind of sucks, but there you go, what can you do? Yeah, Panthers are a rather bizarre unit actually. In a recent patch it even got bounced a little bit further. There's been another patch since the last one that I told you about, where they also balance the Panthers as well. There's an even newer patch that actually reworks quite a few things, but I won't really mention that until I commentate on a replay from a from a more recent version of the game. So it'd probably be better, to demonstrate the changes rather than just to talk about them. But in any case, we'll see what happens. We have Yogg-Sothov's fighters coming in, presumably just to do a bit of scouting. Actually, they could do a bit of harassment, which, yep, they're going to be doing right now. The good thing about these Avengers, these little stealth fighters, is that I'm pretty sure they got infinite amounts of ammo, so they can basically, well, as you can see, they can technically just land actually, and okay, these guys can't really do anything because they're just circling, but anyway, yeah, they can just keep firing, and yeah, they don't ever have to rearm, which is a pretty nifty little thing indeed. We should just have a look. Yeah, we do have a radar tower by Puno, and that's definitely going to be pretty important for him because, yeah, as you can see, I moved all my units out of position, and yep, he's going to be moving his Scorchers straight in. I've got a combination of Scorchers and Slashers, which would be great in a head-on battle, but yeah, with these Scorchers now basically running rampant through my lines, my Scorchers, well, they won't be able to catch up to him because they've got the same speed. Some Shadows will come in handy in taking them out, but yeah, I definitely dropped the ball. I should have realised that my opponents would have had radar at around that time. Shouldn't have let my units get out of position, especially given the fact that they were, well, these Scorchers are as fast as my opponent's Scorchers, so they're not going to be able to catch up to him if they just keep on running, which is what they're doing. So they're doing quite a bit of damage, destroying quite a few windmills, but there we go. I think I might be able to finish him off, although nope, they do run behind my factory. In fact, the factory itself is losing quite a bit of health. He's continuing to run around, getting free scout off on what exactly I'm doing. He sees I've got masses of windmills, and I think I might be able to finish him off. Oh my god, he's still going. Oh my god, and he manages to finish off that last Scorcher as well. Good micro there, getting him to retreat like that. Trying to dodge the shots as much as possible, but yeah, Shadow coming in, yeah, finally takes him out. So definitely ravaging my economy there, to say the least. Although that is all of his stuff actually. The only problem is though, if I try to counterattack, well, if maybe I go around like this, probably won't be able to do too much, and my opponent's already responding with his own leveler, and more Scorchers coming in as well, so it sucks, but what can he do? Artillery duels continuing on the bottom right. Interesting how Tom Smart is actually using Wolverines rather than the kinetic impalers. Well, I suppose they can lay landmines just fine and dandy. So them versus the hammers, interesting choice indeed. What kind of commander is this? What the hell is it? Oh, okay, he's building a Caretaker, again, sort of submerged a bit into the ground. Another mech, actually, is that the same mech? No, it's a different mech. also submerged in the ground as well. Interesting. What does he have? A heavy machine gun and an energy cell. Now that's something you don't see too often. Yeah, usually players would opt to go for pretty much anything instead of a machine gun. There's not too many specific upgrades for that compared to the... Actually, I don't think there's any specific upgrades for the machine gun compared to the beam laser. I could be mistaken actually. I'm pretty sure at least one of my commanders does have machine gun. Yeah, it's a pretty nifty little rapid fire weapon, and it does a bit of area of effect damage as well actually. So it's a little bit like a, I don't know, like a warrior, I guess, in the way it works. So I suppose pretty good against raiders and all that. But in either case, we'll see how that works out for him. Black Warrior's Banisher unfortunately getting chicken out, and we've got a couple of brawlers, slightly more advanced gunships coming in to cause a bit of damage, but we do have a couple of shadows and Avengers coming in to maybe take out these gunships. Their firepower is going to be too shitty to really do that though, so definitely going to have to retreat. If Yogg-Sothoth had a dedicated... What the hell are these guys? Oh, okay, never mind. I don't seem to have too many defensive forces for some reason. But anyway, if Yogg-Sothoth had some dedicated anti-air, he'd be just fine, but what can you do? And here we go, my Commando is a level 2 now. He's got a personal cloak, but yeah, indeed. Yeah, for some bizarre reason, I couldn't see where the cloak button was for him, so... I don't know, I'll have to... Indeed, it's too bad I wasn't paying attention to him before he died. Actually, I might have been able to see the cloak button during the replay. I don't know, but in either case, he's not going to be cloaking at all. And as you can see, yeah, I could do a few more units. There we go. Do have a couple of levelers coming in. But at the same time, Wolverine's coming in for Pino to lay down these really annoying mines. But well, as long as he doesn't actually hit anything, actually he will be hitting the Scorches a little bit. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Just a single Wolverine, better than nothing. Oh yeah, that's indeed. Oh god, like ridiculous. And again, we still have these artillery duels continuing. Well, I'd call it an artillery duel if we actually had any artillery on our end, but for some reason we don't. Actually, no, we do have a few artillery pieces, but not exactly much compared to the Wolverines, which has got mine spam all over the place. I'm not really sure how effective that really is, though. Especially with the Banshee, sorry, not the Banshee, the Banisher coming in. It might actually be able to go to town on these guys if we can get a couple of good shots in the middle of this mob of Wolverines. We'll be able to do quite a bit of damage. And unfortunately, he's going to get caught out by the Black Dawn, actually, as well as a couple of brawlers coming in. Very nice counter-attack by Urban Knight. But we are still continuing to expand. And Nikio continuing to... Okay. Yeah, continuing to build loads of defences everywhere he goes. Actually building that Razor's Kiss a little bit close to the front lines, but it'll come in handy versus the brawlers. In fact, yeah, the factory itself is actually, yeah, the factory. Look at that, the factory is actually within range. The factory is within range of the Razor's Kiss, bizarrely enough. There's actually a shield to block some of its shots, but the shield only lasts so long. Starting to take a bit of damage actually, and yeah, there we go. It's just going to continue firing at it, and it's actually going to wear it down, bizarrely enough. Fancy getting a shield worn down due to... Not too bad I missed that. Anyway, fancy a shield getting worn down due to anti-air fire. Does happen, does happen. Let's see how this sumo does actually. So this is a sumo by our opponents. Heavy assault jumper. Let's see, is he going to be doing any jumping maybe? No? Perhaps not. Interesting how its weapons are positioned in different spots, so it kind of has to... Oh, very nice. Actually, so it kind of has to have the enemy surrounding it in order to fire all three of these little turrets at once. Although, wait a minute, I think that does belong... Yeah, that does belong to... Oh, okay, so Mayahe is actually on the enemy's team, of course, and he jumped on top of Tom Smart's Wolverines. Okay, that was probably intentional, from what I can tell. Just observing this replay. Maybe it was a misclick, but I doubt it. Speaking of which, what happened to... Oh, the Razor's Kiss got taken out. Well, that kind of sucks, especially since we got a crowd being built as well. For some reason it seemed to be glitching out there for a second, but anyway. Actually, no, it's still glitching out there. Well, anyway, it's still being built up by Urban Knight, and it's going to be quite a pain in the ass once it gets deployed, although we do have anti-air steadily being built up for Niku in a bit of a defense in depth. Yeah, a bit of a defense in depth sort of operation going on there. So there you go, and as for myself, my levelers are not really sure what the hell this level is doing actually. Probably should be retreating. But, oh well, what can you do? I do have my impalers, so they'll have much greater range compared to these wolverines, to say the least, so that'll be a bit of a relief. Although they seem to be focusing most of their fire on these freaking mines actually, which is probably not that great of an idea. Probably should get some units to help defend these impalers from the levelers, which are going to be slowly but surely making their way through. And there we go, do have Scorchers coming in. The problem is that these are riot vehicles, so they're kind of going to eat up my Scorchers. There we go, do finally have a Slasher coming in as well. The Sumo jumping in from Marhair, presumably. I think he did jump in. Too bad I didn't see what exactly he jumped on, but he is trying to do whatever damage he can. Huh. Interesting. Okay then. Well, yeah, he is actually... What the hell is a jump radius on this thing? It's not too bad actually, given how big the unit is. Yes, it did jump on something. Slowly did manage to slow us down, but yeah, we're still continuing forward. Hammers of Miku definitely hammering the crap out of opponents. And I believe we had a miniature nuke being dropped, presumably by Liko. Yeah, of course, Liko would be dropping a miniature nuke. Destroying the gunship plant. Urban Knight is pretty much out, to say the least. And this Sumo, presuming it's the same one, definitely doing a good job staying alive. Actually, I think it auto-heals as well. But that auto-healing ain't going to save it. Or maybe actually there was this Suitor commander that was healing it up. I don't know. All I know is that, damn it, there was an attack here that I missed, but I seem to be, well, I seem to be pushing that back, but there you go. Interesting game. It's such a shame that Marhair, intentionally or not, jumped on top of all those Wolverines. Otherwise, well, we probably would have won anyway, but it would have been a closer game, so there you go. I'll see you all next time.